Okay, let's do a little more fine tuning here. We're going to do a little bit of custom branding and thumbnail work. And let's go back to that video I just changed. Now, I changed it to green here after the fact, but I wanted to show you a couple things. So first of all, let's say you created your logo in Canva, or you've got the logo colors. Now, I tend to create a lot of mine, but let's go to Shark Tunes. Let's use that. So it's another bit of my software. And, go get any of the, let's see here. There we go. I want that color. So I've created this logo. I'm going to go grab that color, and that's FF0000. That's a pretty easy one, right? So I want it to match exactly. So I'm going to come in here and I'm going to say, okay, I want the player skin to be, well, I'm going to change it right here. How about that? And I got to get that hex value in front. I overlaid that. There we go. So that's the red coming from my Shark Tunes. Now, so if I save that, let's see, this is still red, so let's just check that out real quick. Yeah, so it's a little change in color of the red. So we got that branded nicely. Okay, pretty simple to do. Guess what? We can change that logo from the ToobFlow logo or the generic one there to our own. And I did this once, so this would show up when you first click it. It's like, give me the logo and where do you want it to go? And then you can have your own logo in this bar here for people to go to. So we're going to do that one. We're going to go to get our URL in there. I think that's right. And I'm going to go grab the favicon, right? So basically just the logo itself. Look at that. Puts a little shark down here. It's giving me the view here of how it's going to look. I'm going to save that. And now, if I go back to my page where it's embedded, you can see I've got the right colors. And if you can see down here in the little corner here, when I hover over this, it's showing me the link. It's going to Shark Tunes. So if I click this, it's going to pop me up and take me to the Shark Tunes site. Okay, pretty cool. So there's that. Now, let's get into some of the other stuff. You got the player skin, but there's some other options down here. And you're going to want to play with these, but I like, what's the one I like? This is kind of my favorite right now, but you could play with the different looks. All right, and you're going to want to see how it looks on the, so let's change it. This is the one I like. I'm going to save that. Okay, now let's go back to our, we can kind of see how it looks. I like this kind of clearer thing here, but, check it out, see if you like it. So we're going to refresh this. And see, it's got this transparent play button, but it's got the red brand, a little sleeker. The logo is part of the bar. So all pretty cool. Good stuff. Now, you can play with those and just test those out. And then, do you want the bar position on the top or the bottom? Typically, it's going to be the bottom. And then the captions, for the skin, you can change the skin. So let's just take a look at that. Right now, we've got this black frame. It's pretty modern, pretty cool looking. But you got some other things here. All right, so you could do make it look like it's a sideways iPhone, or it's in a laptop, or the one I kind of like the most is it this one? Yeah, it's kind of like a tablet sideways. I tend to use that a lot. There's a fancy, let's see, we can do like a kind of a red one with the shadow. This one's, here it is, this little fancy sketch. It's almost like a cartoon border, kind of cool. I also kind of dig this. I use it in certain occasions, the film strip. So you can set those how you want. Now, if I save that, let's make sure that yeah, see, so that's kind of how it looks. So you can play with those. And then the captions, you're going to probably just leave all these as the names, unless you want to call it something else or you want to change the language, you can do that on the captions on the hover control and the captions on the at the end of the controls and so forth. Okay, so that is the player skin. Now let's go up to thumbnail real quick because this is kind of cool. So on the thumbnail, you can put interactive elements on the thumbnail. But what I tend to do is if you hit video loop, it's going to grab like the first 5 seconds. And a lot of times, especially if you got an animated logo in there, that's pretty cool, right? So I might leave it at that, but maybe I want it to go a little bit further. So it shows it going to Offerman there, right? Towards the end of it. So that'll just keep looping over and over. So let's just save that. And now if we go to our embedded page, you can see that's pretty dynamic. This is my favorite thing, is just these animated thumbnails, because it's just drawing your attention to the video and people, I'm going to play that, right? Especially if you get something compelling. Now the other thing you can do is bring up a custom image, or so you can create your own thumbnails, create those in Canva. That's pretty straightforward. I would do that before I'd leave it at a frame, right? That's just a still image. That's cool. Or if you go back to video loop, you can choose a video you have. All right. And remember, early in one of the lessons, I said let's save the ToobFlow logo. So that's an animated logo. So I'm going to select that, and now that's going to be our video thumbnail. So let me refresh the embed page. And that's pretty dynamic, leaving it on the page. Looks pretty professional. Simple point and click, couple seconds, and you've completely branded your videos to be probably the most professional out there in the market. Right? So really cool stuff. Let's go back to our page, and that's how it looks. So we've got all the branding, we've got this film strip thingy, we've got our red colors branding. Of course, I've kind of got 2 products in here, but that's all right. And then we've got our little favicon logo that will take them to our web page. So this is pretty handy. I use this a lot with like pub funnels, videos and stuff. You're watching the replay of a webinar, and that they say, what's this little thing? And they click it, it takes them to my pub funnel sign up page. So you could get a lot of good use out of that. Anywhere you put the video, make this link where they can sign up and purchase your thing or join your program and all that kind of stuff. But that is the branding side. And of course, it's fairly unlimited. You can do a lot of kind of stuff in here. We talked about the player skins, and then the controls. Which controls do you want to have on? Now, sometimes you don't want the play button to be there, right? They got to watch the whole thing. Maybe we don't even want to know how much time there is, and maybe we want to get rid of the bar and add subtitles and so forth. So those are things you can do there. You could change the play button, create your own custom play button, all kinds of cool stuff. Now, let's see. What else do I want to show you here? Enable sound button, right or left. That's pretty good. Let's do real quick. We're going to go. We'll come back in the next lesson, and we're going to talk about the rest of this stuff.